Hello, friends, and welcome to my daily diary segment. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here of Priests for Life. What did I do from Sunday, May the 24th through Wednesday, May the 27th of 2026? Well, these were days here in the office, and so on Sunday, I started off early at my desk with activities pertaining on my laptop and emails to Prolife Vote, our C4 organization, our prospecting mailings, our 115 Forum leadership meeting, work regarding the transcripts of abortion industry conferences that I'm sharing with a pro-life online library. We had obtained these many years ago. Travel work for upcoming trips, and responding to a communication about don't send me any mail. Now, we always honor people that either want to adjust the timing of the mailings they get from us or maybe don't want them at all, but it's really comical sometimes how people go into a hysteria about it. So I had to deal with one of those communications. I mean, literally an hysteria, like their world is going to fall apart if they get one more piece of mail from us. They've really got to get some help. Then I was here in the studio for the 10 a.m. scripture broadcast and reflection. It was towards the end of the month, so of course a lot of planning for the following month, working on a lot of the detailed June planning on that day of May 24th. Sunday worship and a time for prayer. Work in the office the rest of the day and evening. The next day, Memorial Day, likewise a day here in the office. Some work at my computer included upcoming travels preparation, coordination of and work on the curriculum for clergy for pro-life, Radio Maria broadcasts, note from me for the Silent No More email blast, thank you emails going out, diaries and scripture preparations, the National Pro-Life Religious Council, some work I do for that as their president, and a presentation for Father Dennis Wild. 10 a.m. scripture broadcast live right from here. Some phone calls with some leaders. And later in the afternoon, a visit with our executive director at her office for us to get some work done together in preparation for the coming week. The next day, staff returned. I had on Tuesday, the 26th of May, an early visit to the blood work Quest Diagnostics just to get some blood work done for my ordinary physical appointments. That was at 6:20 a.m. Came back, did some work at my desk relating to the following topics and interspersing throughout the day on these. Media bookings for me to be on different outlets, our prospecting mailing, preparation for an administrative meeting coming up, the National Abortion Federation transcripts that I mentioned earlier, preparation for the Zoom call with our election volunteers, Silent No More testimonies being continuously distributed, work in regard to my family home in Port Chester, pastoral team meeting preparations, Praying for America, one of our broadcasts, some preparations for that. Some work in regard to moms.gov, the pro-life site put up by the Trump administration to encourage moms to have their babies. It even has links to the pregnancy centers. Travel work being done and communication with Jacob Barr, pro-life podcaster, about some work we're doing together. We had our morning staff briefing. I did a taping here in the studio. I had a 9:30 meeting with one of our members of our finance department, and then the 10 o'clock scripture live broadcast from here. At 10:30, I had a meeting with staff that handle our use of artificial intelligence, which is a great tool. 11 a.m., I had a taping with our executive director. Lunch. Then at 1:30, a meeting with our video and production team. At 2:15, I was on an hour-long podcast together with Roland Warren, the president of CareNet, and this was the podcast of Jacob Barr. That was from 2:15 to 3:15. 3:15, I was back in here taping our Praying for America episode. 4:15, I had a meeting with our social media director. 4:45 with our communications director. And then did quiet work at my desk as I got end-of-day updates from the staff. At 6 o'clock, I did a quick meeting with our new cleaning crew here in the building, and then concluded the day with some quiet work in my office. Finally, Wednesday the 27th, up early, some pre-taping here in the studio before breakfast. Got onto my computer and doing some work in regard to video spots that we've produced and links to those, our pro-life leadership meeting, something we call Campus Conversations, some videos interviewing students on campus, Radio Maria, Life News article that I wrote, approval of an appeal letter and an email, newly ordained priests. We're gathering the information so we could send a letter to those priests about our pro-life resources for them. Approval of an email blast, work with deacons, work with Life International, a worldwide interdenominational group with which we're collaborating, and communication about the panel presentation that I am making for the Abortion Recovery Coalition. We get together every month online, those who do similar work in healing the wounds of abortion. At 8:25, I had a national radio interview. Met with staff after that. 10 a.m. was in here for the live scripture broadcast. 11 o'clock, I had a broadcast taping in here. We interviewed for our programs Terry Schilling of the America Principles Project. At 11:30, I had a taping with our executive director for our Radio Maria program. Had lunch, some work at my desk. At 2:30, I had a Zoom meeting with one of the leaders over at Ballotpedia, a key election resource. At 4:15, a meeting with our video production and social media team. 5 o'clock, I was on another podcast. I was interviewed by Stacy Washington. And then end-of-day updates came in from staff, work at my desk, dinner. And then at 8 o'clock, our national election volunteer training call. So that went from 8 to 9, maybe a little bit after 9. And I ran that call together with Janet, our executive director. So that's what I did from the 24th through the 27th of May, 2026. Hope your days are fruitful for the unborn and joyful in the Lord. And we'll talk to you soon.
Good, brothers and sisters. I wanted to just say a word in favor of Priests for Life, of the great work that Father Pavone has dedicated his entire life to, and ask for your support. Your support, spiritual support, and your financial support, both. If you can't afford a financial support, we understand that. However, not so easily do I forgive the lack of spiritual support. We need your prayers. With prayers, we can do a lot more than we can with funds, right? Please remember Priests for Life on a monthly basis, in a will, in a large donation, whatever. The battle we're in is a diabolical, and we have to win. We have to win. This is really the battleground, life and death. We ask you to be on the part of life. God bless you. your families, all your children, and may your children's children's children, may you live to see them. God bless.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.